We don't get this too often. But Geeks and Gamers released a video a little while ago. It was at the height of the Dr. Seuss meme, and apparently he had a debate. Now, I have never seen Geeks and Gamers do anything approximating a debate. So seeing him actually on the back foot and have to defend his dog shit points is something that I'm personally looking forward to greatly. So this is Geeks and Gamers and the great Dr. Seuss debate, apparently. And there was another guy in here who just didn't like what he was up to. I just wanted to see what it was about.
If we're canceling Dr. Seuss, I think that like Pepe Le Pew should have been way higher up on that chopping block.
Canceled.
Well, okay, whatever they're doing with Dr. Seuss.
They decided on their own, the people who were in charge of the Dr. Seuss estate, to just stop publishing 6 books.
Well, okay. Look at everyone. Everyone's starting to get a little Wait, the hijabi gamer. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what's going on here? The hijabi gamer. I have never heard of this person before. D-Day Cobra? Dude, what the fuck is that name? Wait, okay, so we got someone with at least 2 brain cells working at maximum capacity, at the very least 2. They may have more with the way that they put that sentence together. I think they have many more, but at the very least 2, because I know out of the rest of these people, there may just be 1.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's how it begins.
We'll get into what Bill Burr in a moment.
That's how
Come
it
on,
begins.
man. Look, look. This is where I firmly stand on this. When a company that owns something says they're going to do something with that product, that's on them.
How long have the books been around?
This is how it starts. First, we take our own products off the shelves because we don't like them. Next, it's going to be forced communist conversion therapy camps or something. What are you talking about?
How long have the books been around?
Look, if you even go,
I'm asking. Just answer the question. How long?
Those books have been around since the 1930s.
So now suddenly now they're racist.
With that, no.
Dude, what do you mean suddenly now they're racist? Did he read those books? I don't think that this guy knows. See, I think most conservatives just they didn't know anything about the books that were taken down. They think that like Green Eggs and Ham and the Lorax were taken down. It wasn't those. They think it was like Walk It in My Pocket or like whatever. That was taken down. It wasn't. Those weren't the books that were taken down. I don't know if Geeks and Gamers is so incredulous that these books were definitely super duper not racist. I want him to read the books out aloud on his stream, on his YouTube channel. Okay, I want him to do it. Read the book, Geeks. Read it. I want you to read the words in there, the words that he said. I'd really love to know. Mulberry Street was a weak Dr. Seuss book anyways. Who cares? Nobody cares. They probably never read any of these books either. Like most of these books that were taken off, nobody read. And it was for good reason too. Nobody read these books.
No, not at all. They were racist when they did them.
Also this argument, well, they were just turned racist yesterday, even though they're not racist 80 years ago. It's not that they weren't racist, it's just that they didn't do anything about it. By this criteria, any time frame that you give Geeks and Gamers is already too little. Because if you're like, oh yeah, it's like, why it wasn't racist 80 years ago, it wasn't racist 60 years ago, it wasn't racist 20 years ago, it wasn't racist a week ago, it wasn't racist yesterday. There's no time frame that he'll give it up to make it to make this argument sound. There's nothing past that. You can't get past that. It's just ridiculous.
So then why has there not been no outrage for the past 80 years?
Dude, ain't nobody knew those books existed. I didn't know those books. Did you guys know those books existed? Like I knew someone said something about Dr. Seuss having like a racist past, and I was like, that guy grew up in like 1917. I would expect him to. So for me personally, I didn't look into it, but I didn't know that those things existed. I had Mulberry Street as a kid. Oh, so you're racist? That's crazy. Is the only one I ever heard of? Yeah, like that's the only one you ever heard of. Like just nobody heard about these other books. You heard of Chinaman being a little weird as a kid? Yeah, it's a little awkward if I say so myself.
But if you go and actually research what the real Dr. Seuss had to say about those books, then it would make sense that the estate is doing what it did. Because Dr. Seuss himself said that he was embarrassed
with no respect to the estate.
Embarrassed and ashamed at those books.
Dude, what the fuck is your problem? Why is he so angry? Does he just is this guy just mad? Was that like the only time he was allowed to say the N-word while reading while reading that one comic about like in N-word for the wood chipper. That was the only time. Man, Geeks and Gamers is gonna have like a he's gonna throw a fit, dude. He's gonna have an anxiety attack if people try and take off Huckleberry Finn. Like all the N-words that he's allowed to say while reading Huckleberry Finn in the Socratic Circle. What would he do without them?
Books in particular.
I have to agree with Jeremy.
No, dude, like if you've looked at the books, I looked at the books because I was like, well, what's the big deal? I went and looked at them. Yeah, I mean, there's really no getting around that they made African people look like fucking monkeys.
So they've been racist for 90 years? So we've all been supporting racists?
Those books were racially...
Yes, we have been supporting well, the thing with Dr. Seuss is that I'm not sure how much he changed, but he said he was embarrassed by those books and he tried to make up for it with other books that he put out, like the Starbelly Sneeches, like one of those, and also like anti-Nazi work that he did as well, even though some of that anti-Nazi work was a little bit racist too, but you know, I mean people back in the day, they were racist, but I think he made more of a stride to overcome that than people like H.P. Lovecraft, you know? But I think we can separate the work from the artist a little bit, just like a little bit. Obviously, if they've done something like really horrid, I think you can, you know, throw away like some of the stuff. But I think there are good things to be taken from even bad people.
Insensitive.
Then why have they been accepted for 90 years?
Because some of those books are earlier works.
Because blue-haired Landwell on Twitter didn't decide it was offensive.
They weren't the most popular books. Look, dude, it ain't got nothing to do with Twitter.
It absolutely does.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, imagine being such a loser, because this is what it is. Wait, one second. Well, we gotta take this back. Imagine being such a loser. Imagine being so chronically online. Imagine having nothing outside of your little bubble that you think everything bad that happens that you don't like is inextricably linked to some Twitter thread that you can find with like 4 likes. Well, what's wrong with you? You know the world is bigger than your Twitter timeline, right, dog? You know that, right? Like, I know you probably haven't gone outside in a long time. I know you probably haven't touched some grass in a little while, but dude, I'm sorry. There are more decisions that happen not related to Twitter than decisions that happen because of Twitter. Like the idea that everything that you don't like has to have, can be always drawn back to some like SJW molding in a Twitter, in like a 20 tweet Twitter thread. It's just ridiculous to the point that I think it's really unhealthy. I think he needs to go outside. Man. You talking about all these canceled books. He needs to read a book about how to get some bitches. Go outside, dude.
The state made the decision. The state did it. Nobody asked anything about Dr. Seuss.
Didn't they stop publishing because schools weren't buying those books or something? Yeah, also, not too many schools were getting those books. I'm sorry. Some like schools that are teaching 3rd graders don't really want their 3rd graders to be reading some of the stuff in early Dr. Seuss works. It's all just capitalism and market forces and like foundation decisions that are all made, and this guy can chalk everything up to like mean people on Twitter. Like, you're a loser, dude.
Let the lady speak. Respect women.
Women? Oh, nice one.
No need for that. I worked in a public library, and I was actually looking into this because I was thinking of making a video to give the point of view of an actual librarian. And you notice the New York Public Library has refused to remove the books from their shelves, and we've even used to celebrate Banned Books Week at the library once a year. So I hope libraries haven't changed since I was there last, but even if it is poor portrayals, these are books, we should not be pulling them. We need them, you know,
it
goes against the librarian.
Company, right?
But
what the fuck? It goes against the librarian? You can always get the book. You can keep the book. They're not retracting the book. Like thing 1 and thing 2 are not going to come breaking into your house in the middle of the night, beat you up, piss on your wife, and then take your Mulberry Street book. That's not going to happen. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, some banned books are cool. And I think, and you can still access this book. It's not gone. They're not scrubbing it from the internet. They're not taking it from you. It's not being recalled. The government isn't doing like a mandatory buyback program or anything. This is just, we're stopping making the books. There's nothing wrong with this. I don't know what your problem is.
The thing was, the writer of those books is
the writer
dead.
of the books also said he was ashamed and embarrassed by those depictions.
Well, then why didn't he pull them from publishing while he was alive?
Yeah, why didn't he pull them?
Well, why didn't he pull them? Wait, was he even publishing those books? Was he was he publishing those books? You don't know. This is just his foundation. They probably just have the rights to all of his works. So they may have been posting them forever since he's been dead. Hey, thank you so much, Zebra Wolf, for the follow, for joining the frenzy, and being so incredibly pog. I appreciate you.
He might have said that, like, yeah, like, I mean, I might not agree with the
That's not a question. That's not a question.
It's a question you can't ask because he's dead.
Exactly, and it's
so it's not up to anyone else to decide that his words are all of a sudden ban-worthy.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with it? Imagine molding this hard about a book that said the N-word in it. So like, the publisher doesn't want to publish it anymore. Like, holy crap! I think there's just something wrong here. There's something wrong here. This just makes common sense to everyone else. Like, oh yeah, the book had some pretty bad depictions in it. How is he so damn mad? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, when people were like worked up over some pictures, yeah, imagine being this worked up over some pictures in the 30s, dude. Nobody is angry about this, but except for you. Nobody's throwing a massive fit about it except for you. Not even the people on Twitter were really asking for this all that much, except for nobody was talking about this except for you.
Who decides it? The people that he put in charge of his estate.
No, the market decides it. The market decides it.
No, the market decides it. The company can decide to pull whatever the fuck they want. They own the IP.
Hey, I got a question for you. Yeah. Private companies can do whatever they want. We understand, but are they influenced by anything? What made them make this decision? That it was just out of the blue.
The society we live in today.
Exactly, the culture. So it
had nothing to do with Twitter. Nobody on Twitter said, "Hey, let's look at Dr. Seuss." Dr. Seuss came out and made the statement publicly and said, "We are removing."
And the thing is, probably no one would have said anything if they didn't. Like, there's no massive Dr. Seuss outcry. This just came out of nowhere. It basically did come out of nowhere. You don't know the fundamentals, what was going on inside of the leadership and the Dr. Seuss Foundation in talking about whether or not they wanted to keep this book. This could have been a debate that's been going on for 10 years. You have no clue. And all of a sudden they decided that we don't want to play these books anymore. You have no clue. They're just inferring that everything wrong that happens, everything that they don't like, everything that they can label as canceling is from Twitter because they're terminally online losers.
We're going to we're not removing. We're going to stop publishing, which means from this point forward, we're not making any new copies.
So where does that end?
Why couldn't you buy it on eBay?
Yeah, where does it end?
That's eBay's decision. eBay said they're not going to sell it.
Exactly.
But listen. Just like
you can get Mein Kampf on Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, who cares? Who cares? Also, Mein Kampf is also well, for one, don't the sales like of the official Mein Kampf, don't those go to like a Jewish organization? I'm pretty sure that happens. And two, usually Mein Kampf is contextualized in learning environments, and it's not like you're bringing Mein Kampf home usually to just like read in your spare time on the weekends. But okay, but still, like, that doesn't matter. Who cares? They're not the people publishing Mein Kampf. They're the people publishing Dr. Seuss works, and they don't want to anymore. Hey, here's my book report.
But that's different. That's different. Mein Kampf is a literary book that is analyzed and studied by professors and
holy shit. How does this guy hang out with these people? They're dumb as fuck. This guy has more brains than everyone else on this panel combined. Like, from a librarian's perspective, we want every single book at all points in time for whatever reason. The freaking screaming match that's going on between this guy and the demon that lives in the back of his mind going on over here. Geeks and Gamers, who literally looks like he's about, you know what he looks like? He looks like Sid. He looks like that one kid from what was it, like Toy Story 2? The one that like tied Buzz to a rocket and was gonna blow him up. He looks like the grown-up version of that. This guy looks like he's having like flashbacks, thinking about anyone stopping the publication of anything that they have. Yeah, Andy? No, Andy was the, or Sid, not Andy. I remember Sid was the creepy kid who was like taking the toys and putting them back together all creepily. Andy was the owner of, Buzz and the crew, Woody. And then this guy over here is just like literally fucking molding in his seat. He can't even like make out any words. How does this guy hang out with these people? Like, oh my gosh.
Historians.
People study Dr. Seuss.
Yes, they
not
do.
those books.
Yeah.
Well, they don't study
why
the books.
why not have them around to study why they're racially insensitive?
They are still around. You can still get the book. Okay.
Because dude, it's a fucking children's book. Look at the pictures. That shows you how it's insensitive.
But how do we know that that's racially insensitive
Are
100
you
years from now?
fucking kidding me, dude?
Are you gonna let me finish my question? Are you?
Holy shit, dude! What the fuck is happening? Dude, just to let you know, we have a humanitarian crisis on the border. We're still in the midst of a massive pandemic. Like people are starving. People are still on the edge of being evicted from their homes. Like, and this is what these conservatives think is the most important thing to talk about of our time. To talk about Dr. Seuss Foundation stopping the publication of like 4 books because they said the N-word in them one too many times. Like, dude.
Let me finish my question. In 100 years from now, how do we learn what's racially insensitive if you are literally eliminating it from existence?
What the fuck? How are we supposed to learn what's racially insensitive if you don't have racially insensitive things around? Dude, I don't know. Do you think that we should still have the Nazis around? Genuine question. Do you think that do you think these guys would definitely be on the side of, guys, we can't tear down all this Nazi stuff and stop the Nazis because they're part of history, dude. You can't tear down all this history. You got to let them go. How are you supposed to learn what the Nazis are if there are no Nazis around anymore, guys?
Conversation no more.
Yeah, there's more racism out in the world than Dr. Seuss books. Here, if you want to learn what's racially insensitive, talk to a person who has racial antagonism thrown their way. Think about that for a second.
How do you know?
Dude, this guy actually doesn't like it's actually incredible. Like the first thing this guy thinks of is not like normal human being interactions. It's like, how are you supposed to learn about racism if my racist book isn't around anymore? Dude, talk to someone. Go outside.
You're sitting here asking me, an African, how
do you learn from it if it doesn't exist anymore?
Black people still exist. Black people still exist, dude. What are you talking about? What's this mean?
You can show a picture of it and say, this is incorrect.
Who shows the picture?
How many different depictions of Africans as monkeys
Who shows the
do you
picture?
fucking need to know that it's not right to fucking show?
If you can't get it, how do you show the picture?
You can still get it. You can still buy the book. It's digitized. Look it up. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me see. Holy shit. It's right here. Oh my gosh, here's Mulberry Street. Oh no, quickly guys, take a screenshot before they delete it. They're quickly wiping everything from the internet. Guys, quick, before it's gone. No, they took it. No, the Dr. Seuss Foundation just stole Mulberry Street from me. That was the last copy in the entire universe. No, what happened? No, it's gone. We'll never learn from it again. How will I know not to say the N-word if that book isn't around anymore? Who knows? Man, I was on my way to go kill a Korean person, and I was gonna learn that not to do that from the Mulberry Street book, dude. How am I supposed to know not to hurt people anymore? Because I definitely can't learn it from being a normal human being and having interactions with others in the world. It has to be learned from books written in the 1930s. Oh no, literally 1984.
Picture.
What do you
They're
mean,
eliminating
dude?
it.
You think Dr. Seuss is the only spot where they drew Africans as monkeys?
No, the point is if you eliminate this, how do you learn from it?
You can, dude, this is the fucking information world. This is the information age. You can go up on fucking Google right now and type in Dr. Seuss African people, and the pictures from that book will pop up right this moment. So what do you mean?
Kat's been trying to talk. Go.
Well, I mean, first of all, the fact that eBay pulled them. You could get a scalped PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X at 5 times the
Has
well,
nothing to do with racism.
No, but the fact that, people are being, people who really want
Price
the copies
gouge,
can't
which
get
is
them.
legal?
Yeah, it's legal, but so
But racism has already been solved with the other cartoon. Black people can't marry white people. Yeah, that one. That jingle is really good. I was thinking about making that my like text message sound on my phone. Like every time I get a text or something, that little jingle of black people can't marry white. I was thinking of it. I was thinking really hard. I already have the make it a stream alert. I love that jingle. It's really funny and it's so stupid. Wait, so I don't know, watch that happen, and then one day if I get a girlfriend, I like bring her over and I have like a stream, and then someone follows. And someone and that becomes a stream alert. Oh no, it's bad.
Are these books? I've listened to Nick Rekieta's law, and he said that there is no hate speech in the Constitution. And I mean, in a way, it's actually kind of funny because I'm also African. I'm actually more African because my family's directly from Egypt.
My family's directly from Nigeria.
So that, like,
what the fuck is this? What is this? Wait, what is this? I'm actually more African. My family is directly from Egypt. Okay. Oh, is Egypt more African? It's an Africa off. It's a black off. Hey, Lobo Shies, thank you so much for the follow for joining the Shays. Thank you so much for the follow for joining the frenzy and being so incredibly pog. Wait, is Egypt more black than, what do you say, Nigeria? I'm more African. Yeah, what was that? What does that mean? My family is directly from Egypt. Dude, what a loser. What are you talking about? What was that supposed to be? Like a super dunk? Wait, are you supposed to wait? No, stop. I see. Unironically, this person who's like super light skinned, I see what she was trying to do. This person was trying to say that she has more authority to talk about anti-blackness than this person because her family's from Egypt. Is it even black or just Arab? See, Egypt and like a lot of Northern Africa is usually seen as being a part of the Middle East more than like Africa. They're more, I don't know. I don't know about like the cultures or anything. I know for a fact like Egypt is more like culturally part of the Middle East than lots of other places in Africa, but you know. Yeah, it's a very mixed population. Yeah, she was trying to pull idpol. Holy shit. Imagine a person who looks like this trying to be like, you want to talk about anti-blackness and being African, huh? This dark-skinned person with literal dreadlocks? You want to talk about that? Well, I'm actually more African because my family's from Egypt. My great-grandfather was Tutankhamun. Now I think I win the black off. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Like, even if that was true and his family wasn't directly from Africa or whatever, which I highly doubt. If he's an African American, I highly doubt that his family isn't directly from Africa. I don't know what point that was supposed to prove or anything. This guy still looks more, black than this person.
That you're one of the unique cases. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know this person was Middle Eastern. I didn't even know that. I didn't. This person doesn't look Egyptian to me. This person looks light skinned. At the very least, this person looks like an Israeli. But whatever.
All right, but I just, as a librarian, it goes against everything to pull a book. I can understand it. I mean, why don't I go back and say we should pull all the Call of Duty games that take place in the Middle East?
Completely different context. Completely different context.
No,
they're not showing.
No, it's not.
Look, they're not showing. What is their representation of an Arabic person in Call of Duty? There may be a villain who is Arabic, but I'm sure there's also a hero who is Arabic as well.
No.
Just as there was in.
There were like people in these Call of Duty games. There are people who a lot of Egyptians are fair skinned. Yeah, I know a lot of Egyptians are like light skinned. But this person trying to pull like the idpol card and being like, I can speak more on anti-blackness than this person. Because her family is like, because her grandma was born in Egypt is just it's just mind blowing to me. And then this person talks about being African, and then instantly, as soon as it becomes more beneficial to her, she switches from being African to being Arab. Instantly, just swap, just like that. I'm African, Arab, African, Arab, African, Arab. Like instantly. She turns on a penny. It's wild.
Not in the first model.
No, my father
hates
My father hates those games. I have no problem. I understand that those are the villains, but I know a lot of Muslims who really hate them.
Okay. And you know what? I would also be fine if Activision stopped selling the Call of Duty games. I would be fine with it. Whatever. Who cares? Well, Delphine was born in South Africa. Yeah, that's mind blowing. I didn't know that she was born in South Africa too. Africa does not automatically mean you're black, but a lot of people think so. Yeah, a lot of what what's the opposite of sub-Saharan? Like above. Lots of people born above the Sahara Desert are pretty light skinned. Places like Morocco and Libya and Egypt. Lots of those places, they're pretty. They're more fair skinned. They're more like Arab looking. But when we talk about Africans, people from Africa and of African descent, usually we're talking about people from sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah, Northern Africa. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Northern Africa and then sub-Saharan Africa. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, Northern Africa. We can just say that.
And I don't dispute that they hate him. But again, I point to what is the context in which they hate the game, because it simply shows an Arabic person as a villain. Well, on our end, we're not shown as villains. We're shown as not human. We're shown as not humans. We're shown as subhuman. 3/5 law, where we weren't even considered humans legally for 150 years. So there's a much deeper reasoning and logic behind why something like what you see in Dr. Seuss comes off the shelves at the request of the publisher themselves.
I understand, but where does it end? When it...
I understand, but where does it end? What, soon you'll take off books doxing people with like graphic depictions of assault and that makes everyone uncomfortable? And nobody wants to buy it? What next? Soon you'll say the publisher stops publishing books because no one bought it? What happens after that? Like, dude, what? No, slippery. Hey, logical fallacy time. I don't have an argument. It's time to reach into my logical fallacy toolbox. Ooh, which one next? Martin Bailey? Not today. What about this? How about my slippery slope? Ah, that's a good one.
When is the next thing we're going to pull? It's better to put something out of the book, say that this is not how we think, but we can't keep pulling books because who's the one who to judge what is next? Like I said,
let the people who've gone through it judge, right? Like, what are you going to tell? Are you going to tell people that because
is she about to cry? Like her face, she's like, they stopped publishing a book that no one bought and no one liked, and she's crying now. She's crying because she can only see the book in PDF format for free within 15 seconds of typing it in.
Because you were a slave, because your ancestors were slaves. That was 150, 60 years ago. You shouldn't be offended anymore now that you have the right to vote. Now that you have the right to participate in the country that you've been deemed a second-class citizen of, and at a certain point, a slave for 400 plus years.
Yeah, the government doesn't get involved. Yeah, that's the line. Yeah, if society doesn't want the book, then yeah, society can take the book away. This doesn't even seem too crazy. These guys are literally malting. They're like boiling in their seat, thinking of anybody, thinking anything is bad. I don't know. It's always interesting. It's always about not straight white people that they get the most. All of these things have to be levied towards not straight white people for them not to get upset about it. But the nanosecond, like someone like Anita Sarkeesian comes out and is like, this plays into the male fantasy and it's bad. These guys start like screeching and beating their desk and shitting themselves. About how awful this is, and she needs to be taken off the air.
So now you don't have any right to be offended anymore, or there's no deep cultural wounds that still exist because you've been free for 150 years.
Yeah, and not every book has, not every library has every single book. They like shuffle books out, and sometimes they don't want to like put any books up anymore. That's fine.
That's irrational.
Why was President Obama and Michelle Obama reading Dr. Seuss books to kids 4 years ago?
They were even speaking of
Dude, this is not even the same books.
The book that Obama was even speaking of was a book that literally was written in direct contrast to the books and in response to the books that Dr. Seuss had made back in the 30s.
But it was still created by a supposed racist.
No, listen to what I'm saying. He wrote that.
This guy, he has the simplest ideas. He's so dumb. He actually can't comprehend like what a normal person's argument sounds like. He's created a person in his head so much that he can't even get around. He can't even see past the straw man that he's made. It's so big that he can't even get past it talking to another person speaking directly to him.
That book specifically, he re-edited that book. That book initially was going a different route and dealing more in segregation, and he rewrote the book and redesigned the book to take away the element of race and color on purpose in response to the books that he had done early in his career that he felt a certain kind of guilt about. He did that consciously. That's why, and that was the book that Obama referenced when he spoke on Dr. Seuss back in that time, during National Book Day. So there's always a deeper context that has to be paid attention to when talking about these kinds of things. You can't just try and apply one label to every single situation.
At the end of the day, the people that control the estate, they didn't just wake up and decide to do this. If you look into it, you can see that there was a push from these fucking activists who wanted to get it removed from libraries, who wanted to do all these things. And
oh my gosh, they're so they actually I think so. They're actually like incapable of taking in information. They just cannot engage with other people. I'm not even sure. Look at this dude's face. Like, holy shit. Also, wait a second. This guy look at his fucking eyes. He looks like Lucas. He looks like Lucas. This guy looks like freaking Ness. Look at that face. I've never seen Ness in real life. This is a great Ness cosplay. Holy crap. Push from these fucking activists. What activists where? I don't know. Look at this guy. This is the face of someone who has no clue how to talk to other human beings. Never had to interact with another human being in his entire life. Holy shit, dude. That's mind-blowing. Okay, well, thank you, Geeks and Gamers. What an absolute loser. Holy shit. Like, whew. Yikes. I can't even actually imagine being someone like that. Like, wow.